The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show today. I'm Dr. Jenn. Today's a weird one. Yes, we were going to go live with this show today, but technical updates, all that good stuff, it just would not go online. So next best thing, I'm recording anyway and uploading it. So I want to welcome all of you. I will miss you, but I feel you, and I just want you to know I'm with you. Today's a wonderful topic about the full moon coming up. We have a full moon in Virgo coming up in February 27 of 2021. And this is a very refreshing full moon after all of the intense energy that we've experienced over the past year, with all the changes, adjustments, feeling like we were thrown into the middle of the ring and just having to fend for it. It's just been one of those kind of times because it's been a transformative time. The last couple of months of 2021, January and February, also had some intensity to it. And we're starting to fade out of that stellium Aquarius that we were feeling that was so strong. But what's wonderful is we're now moving into this new cycle. And this full moon is really just giving us that final releasement of old in a very gentle, calm way after all the crazy chaos and intensity we've been experiencing. What does that mean? A beautiful, beautiful way to describe it, which I just loved when I saw this. I was like, oh, it's going to be so nice to give them calm, peaceful energy show and talk about this energy. When we're talking about a calm, peaceful full moon, all full moons are about releasement. We're releasing and letting go of the old. It's done. We cleanse, we clear, and that's what it's symbolic of. And then we're ready for a brand new everything. A new moon's all about new beginnings. Well, this one in particular is refreshing because it's allowing us to release all the things that were brought up for us in the Aquarius, all the things that were brought into our view. We were given insight on the things that were in our way, our obstacles. All that Aquarius deep thinking, analyzing, going deeper, and with so many different planets in that same sign, it was very mental, deep, thought-provoking. Then we had the retrograde, which had us review everything, like, whoa, okay, reflecting back. And in some ways, it brought an intensity that was uncomfortable. And maybe we didn't want to look at that, or we didn't like it. But it was bringing to the forefront and highlighting for us what we needed to know that was in the way so we could release it. Believe it or not, as uncomfortable as some of that may be for some of us in different parts of our lives, it is a gift and it's very, very helpful. It helps us walk through those doors of freedom. It helps us walk through and let go. And how do we know what to let go of if it's not shown or we don't see what it is? So all of that we've been through, it felt like there's this phrase I've heard before, being pulled through a knothole backwards. You know, if we felt like that. And I always laugh when I hear that, like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that's uncomfortable if you think about it, which is what all this was, out of that comfort zone so we could learn and grow. Well, now we're about to enter the new cycle where we grow and we change and we live it. And this is a refreshing moon. It's a welcome energy to help us balance, help us clarify our intentions, and help us manifest that new way of life. I love it. I absolutely do. So let's talk about it a little bit. If it's an earthy sign, because Virgo is an earthy, it's the sign of the Virgin goddess, and what does that mean? It means freedom, feminine energy that's strong. It's peaking on February 27th. And it's just a great way to release in a gentle way. I keep saying that because I think that's going to be so refreshing. Just calm. A calm letting go. The visual that I have in my head when I think of letting something go calmly is when you're standing by the lake or the river. So a calm bed of water, not ocean, rough waves or anything, but just something calm and quiet, or a stream. And you just put one of those little toy boats or paper boats or whatever it is, and you just put it down and you let it go and you just watch it float away. That's the visualization that I see with letting go peacefully and calmly. Just let it float away, let it go. I'm sharing that because it may help you if you are doing a meditation and you're working on letting go with this moon. So I like that one a lot. It just feels calm to watch something just float gently away, not just yanked, pulled, ripped, torn, abruptly. Just putting it down, taking your hands off, and letting it float away naturally. That's what this moon energy feels like for me personally, and so I'm just sharing that. Now, it's a transformative year, okay? This is just a transformative year. It's going to be. When I asked the angels about what could be clarified for us in this moon, I mean, what a blessing to have something calm and soothing come through after everything that we've been through. And it was more of a group of angels came around. I felt the group, not just archangels, guardian angels. It was kind of like the whole team, everybody's angels, Earth's angels. It was just this huge, massive group of beautiful beings. And they just came all around and surrounded me. And I'm like, okay, this is the message for you and for me, for all of us, really. And it was so beautiful because they just said, we are here, we are with you, we are completely around you at all times. And it was just calm. It wasn't, pushing, it wasn't anything. It was just let it go and just let it be. Don't try to reattach it. Don't try to readjust it. If we're going to use that boat analogy, don't try to pick it up and place it differently. Let it go. When you put it down, put your hands back and feel the freedom that you released it. Something that's going to be very healing. The past is the past. We make choices. The where we are now is what we're choosing for tomorrow. So with manifesting, it's very, very powerful to let things go from the past that didn't work out or caused discomfort or pain or something, happened, whatever it was. It really doesn't serve a purpose except to hold you in the pain. And there's learning from it. Don't get me wrong. Our past is our past, and we can learn tremendous things from our past and our history and our ancestors. However, if we are attached to it so much that it is interfering with life right now, where is that helping? That's not moving forward, that's not growing, that's not gaining. So I just love that we have a calm one. It's not going to be a real emotional intense, or feel, okay, whoa, this is going to be crazy. We've been through that. We have been through plenty of that. Not that that will never happen again, because things ebb and flow, but it's time to put in place something new. It's time to put in place where we're going as an individual, as a collective. So that's what I love about this. So February has been very, I guess, pivotal, sorry. It's been a very pivotal month because it's been, intense at the beginning. It had all those Aquarius stellium planets lining up, and that was very major. That was a lot. We were feeling so deep and overanalyzing and thinking. But these energies together can help us make some big changes in our life. It can help us find the new direction that we were looking for, to find our personal freedom, to find where we get so stuck in our minds and overthinking and overanalyzing, and where we trip ourselves up. So it did help us with that. Now we find that we have a spot where we have a couple of options. We can keep overdriving, we can keep obsessing, questioning, assessing, reevaluating. We can keep over and over again, but we've already been doing that. You can only do that but so much before it's time to do something different. This is the different, okay? And as we move into this beautiful, soothing, powerful energy, believe it or not, this peaceful energy is very powerful. Just the calming effect that it has on, it's going to be fine. You just have to make some choices. You're going to move through it, and the universe has been giving us a graceful, peaceful energy here to help us move forward and let go. I find that to be a real blessing right now with everything everybody's been through. There's been a lot of grief, there's been a lot of sorrow, there's been a lot of anger, there's been a lot, because we've just been trying to figure it out as we go. It's time to make some choices. But you have the right to stay wherever you are. You know what's right for you. If you feel peaceful in the choices that you have made, some people have. Some people are on track and they're good to go. They're fine. That's okay. But if you don't feel that way, if you've been feeling unsettled, if you've been feeling like I still need to do something different, let this energy help carry you through. This may not apply to everybody that's listening to this, but you want to give yourself opportunity to move forward. There's nothing better than just letting it all go. Just letting it go. I mean, I wanted to go live today with the show, but technicalities, and you know what? It just is what it is. It's like, well, okay, no, we're still going to put it out. We're just going to put it out a little bit later. But the thing is, I could be upset because of updates on technology, but I'm not. Because I know that they're doing all that to help protect us and keep us secure. So when they happen, and we adjust. Being more flexible with things helps you move through life a lot more gracefully and a little bit smoother, and it doesn't just upset your whole apple cart for the day every time that happens. So this full moon reminds us to keep the faith. Keep the faith in everything that restores hope to you. What restores hope to you? What do you need in place, and how do you imagine yourself moving forward? I love that. It's restoring the hope, giving us that glimmer of, yes, there's a way through this. Yes, there's a way to do it better. I like that a lot. And don't give up now. Don't give up. If you're still hanging in there, then you've gotten all the way through the hard part here. So now to live and embrace this. And yes, the world will keep going on and doing all the things that happen, and things are going to be out there, that it's what life is on earth. Unexpecteds happen, things happen. It's how we're handling them as we move forward. Whether it tears us apart or we find our way through it, we find what we could have learned from what happened, we learn to move forward in a different way, things like that. So how can you make the best changes that come your way? How can you make the most out of any shifts, unexpecteds, or maybe they're planned? How can you make the most of whatever comes your way? This full moon will help you with that as well. You want to embrace energies that help you find peace with whatever's going on. Wherever you ended up landing right now in your life, do you have peace with where you are? Some of you will say, no, I haven't accomplished it all. Understand, you keep working, you keep going with it. I'm still working on things. I'm not letting go. I'm not giving up. Not everything is, okay, I want this, and it all just pops right in your lap. But I feel the motivation and I feel the encouragement to not give up. That's what I want you to hear. I don't feel discouraged I don't feel that it's time to quit, just never mind. I don't feel like that. I just feel, no, there's a change of direction, there's a new, different way, there's a fresh insight. And that's what I've been tuning into, whatever that is. And I'm sharing that with you because as I look at what the astrology lineups show us, that's making sense to me. The angels are completely at peace and just surrounding us with the comfort and support that we need. It's not about, hey, what do I need to do? It's, I know I need to do something. I'm just working out which way to approach it. So it's not like, what do I need to do? It's more, okay, I already know I need to do it, but how? And then, but you're choosing it. You're choosing it. It's not about somebody telling you what that is, which I like that part too, because there's a freedom in feeling empowered to make choices for yourself. I mean, if you think about it, feeling at peace with change. How many of you can answer that question? You feel peaceful with change. Do you feel at peace with change? Or do you just not like change at all? This energy of this moon, I like it because it can give you an example of just having peace with things that change. Because the energy does change, it shifts, it always moves forward, it evolves, it shifts, it changes. It's really not natural for it to just be stagnant and stay the same always forever. I know there's things that we love that we don't want to see them pass by. It's more about appreciating them while they're here and appreciating what you do have in the moment. And then it will bring in new things with manifesting. You bring in other things that you can appreciate in the future. They may or may not be the same thing. They may be continuing to be the same, or they may change. I'm giving you some things to think about because there's different perspectives on this. I mean, full moons always illuminate what we need to know, what we're letting go of, whatever it is that we're processing, and we're ready to finalize that and move forward. That's what a full moon is. So, and here's the thing that's interesting about this one. Before that full moon, which is on the 27th, that's only a couple of days away, but within the last week or so, you may have had some unexpected surprises or information or whatever it could be. Something unexpected may have happened to put you into a second guessing or questioning mindset. Don't be alarmed by that. It's just letting you know what you need to know in your life. It might be an awareness of something to be more discerning about. It might be an awareness of, yeah, this isn't working anymore. I need to do something. Or maybe I need to look at this in a different perspective and have more capacity for someone else's opinion or perspective. It's an eye-opener, is what I'm saying. So if that's happened to you within the last week, don't be shocked by that, even though it probably was. It could have been. It's usually an unexpected, a surprise. It could be intense, it could be emotional, but it's something, whatever it was, maybe puts you in a mindset of questioning things. That's what you want to explore and what you want to open up to find the revelations that are going to work for you. What is it that you needed to know? What is it that you can do better? And then as a collective, yeah, this is an entire year of that. However, it starts with us working individually, and then we can bring that to the collective in a better way. So what else do we have with this moon? Okay, so whenever there is a full moon, in general, all of them, there's a little bit more of an emotional pull. Some people feel them a lot more than others. Virgo moon it's about more of an independence. It's, you know, it's represented by the Virgin Goddess, but it's not literal like that. It's more, it takes on the inner strength, the individual, the independence, and the freedom to do what is right for you, what pleases you. That's what it's all about. So it's not like you don't need somebody else to make sure you're doing it okay. You know independently within yourself, you have that inner strength and confidence that you're fine, complete, whole in your own right. Sharing with another is fine, but you don't need another to be complete. I hope everybody heard that. A lot of people are feeling like they need, someone else in their life to make sure they're whole and complete. That's not the case with the Virgo. This energy is all about you have everything you need to feel whole and complete within yourself. Independence, freedom, inner strength. That's what you want to tap into. If you don't feel whole and complete on your own, then tap into this energy. Just ask this energy to show you, where is my whole completeness? What am I missing about myself that can help me with this? This is one of the biggest things about this moon that's super important. A lot of people, whether you're men or women, it doesn't matter. We all have this independence or this inner side to us. And you don't want to feel helpless unless you have somebody else there to help you do it. You don't want to feel like that. I want you to feel empowered that you can do things on your own and you don't need somebody else to always make sure you're doing it okay. However, yes, it's enjoyable to share it with another. But when we feel whole and complete in our own right, that's so much better for being in a partnership, a relationship, anything like that. You have something to contribute, and it's a strength. You support one another in such a more powerful way. So I wanted you to hear that. That's a really important message with this one. This energy carries the strength to live happy, a whole life, a complete life, a hearty life. Just live and enjoy and embrace every moment of life. There's a strength that it's not from trauma so much, or the ego. There's a strength here. It comes from just being connected to your inner true self. Sometimes we can get lost being identified by a trauma we've experienced or something very emotional or something that's happened. Then we make that our identity. That isn't. This Virgo moon reminds us that that's not our identity. Tap in and connect with your higher self. That has nothing to do with our ego self or traumas or anything we've experienced that's been tough. There's a side here that has this inner strength that can do whatever you need to do. It brings the hope to you as an individual to really move in the world forward the way you really want to be. Virgo has this ability to connect with the higher self. Listen to the needs of the higher self and the body. Totally here, being confident and knowing I got everything I need right here. I just need to listen to it. It follows the heart. There's a staying grounded and anchored and present in life. To me, when I look at this, that's like, whoa, this is a strength that you want to embrace and you want to have flowing through you. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants to feel like they can do this, There's a hope in here. When we connect to our higher self, there is a lot of hope there. There's hope that there's a better way. There's a different path here if I need to take it. I'm good, I'm strong. And it's not about being, I'm good, I'm strong, it's not about your ego. Remember, it's not about that or being identified with you're the person that got victimized or something like that. It's not about that at all. Doesn't even go there. The Virgo is about connecting with the higher self, listening to the heart, listening, trusting, and bringing the hope to fruition and out into the world. I love that. Love it. So a lot of things block us from connecting with our higher self. The angels are always there to support and bring that to us. And when I asked about that, I said, what is it that keeps blocking? It's a lot of times it's fear. Michael pops right up and says, fear blocks it because of it just, our higher self has nothing to do with fear. There is no fear when you're connected to the higher self. That would be a block if you're very consumed or focused on everything that could go wrong, or there's a fear in place, or the fear of being alone, or the fear of whatever it is that does that to you, that causes the anxiety. That's not being connected to the higher self. where we can get the answers that we need to get through something with a situation or find a better path, whatever it might be. But there's a reminder here that all we need to do, Archangel Michael brings that to us, all you need to do is clear the blocks. Clear the fear out. Sometimes we got to do it a few times before it just stops reattaching, because things reattach if we let them, if we focus back on them. Doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. Just clear it again. That's where meditation comes in so well, because when you meditate, you stop, you clear, you're present, you're grounded, and you're ready. And you put that intention out there, like, you know, hey, I want to listen, I want to connect. I want the truth, I want the wisdom from my higher self, from your higher self. Think about that. What if you could connect regularly to listen to the truth and the wisdom that's already within you? That's what we're talking about here. I love that. Michael's like, hey, you just clear it. Clear it as many times as you need. There's a misconception that I hear sometimes, or maybe misunderstanding, and I don't see it this way, but let me just throw this out here. Some people feel like, oh, I cleared it and I thought it was gone, but then it keeps coming back, so they feel like they never cleared it or they did something wrong. It's about that. It's about healing at different layers. And sometimes things do come back to see where you are, and you'll find your strength, whether you're swaying or trusting your higher self. That's a good indication that you may not be trusting your higher self if it's very easy to reconnect to the fear and everything that could go wrong or everything you're upset about. And that doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just a choice you made. So when you're aware, wait a minute, I've gone back into that again. I love that you can just go, no, stop. And I'm going to reconnect with this. I want to hear some truth. I want to hear the other side of the story here. I hear everything that could go wrong. Thank you very much. But I want to hear the other side of the story. I want to hear some truth. I want to hear some wisdom that I know is right for me, right for you when you connect. So yeah, I'm curious. It's like, obviously I wasn't supposed to do this live. I don't know why, but I'm also feeling a very strong connection to stay focused. Maybe it was so I wouldn't be distracted, to make sure this message got out to you. I don't know. I'm going with the flow. So here we go. So if a full moon can cleanse you and free you and release you from all the old, why don't you do it? I mean, it's not like it's going to hurt. It's going to feel better. But when you let go of all those blocks and all that fear and all that weight that you carry around, all that what you thought was your identity, now you're free. Now you're free to be who you truly are. You can connect with your higher self and then listen, and you can discover some amazing information. You can discover, oh, I never saw it that way. Oh, that, yes, that. I love that. There is a tendency everything has a shadow side, okay? So there is a little bit of a tendency to be kind of more critical with a Virgo energy. Watch out for that. I was just letting you know, don't be so critical. Don't be so hard on yourself. My goodness, there's a lot we've been learning, and you're trying to work it out and you're trying to do it. But you start all over. You just do it again. When you're connected, you're not going to feel this. There's such a peacefulness in being connected to your higher self. So I believe when I was reading about this moon, if it's bringing in a soothing, comforting, peaceful energy, and then we have all of this coming through with a Virgo, which is about independence, inner strength, connecting to the higher self, then I look at, well, when you are connected to your higher self, there is a peacefulness. It's all going together. It's all making sense. This is deeper stuff to think about. Yes, it is. But you can handle it because we've been through some Aquarius deep thinking, thought-provoking energy in the last couple of months. And this is a turning point as far as I'm concerned. We have the whole new cycle starting. This full moon is just hey, let's let this thing go. We're done. Let's move on into this new cycle. Manifesting can truly catapult you. And I find that people, they really want to know and understand law of attraction, or that's a spiritual law of attraction. They want to understand manifesting. They want to understand abundant living, which is why I put the little course out. It's a really small one to get you really into it with a planner. If you want to go look at that, it's on the website in the Learning Center. The links, if you're on YouTube, it's right down in there in the description of the show. But if you want to truly manifest, manifesting is about what you focus on, yes. So then people freak out sometimes. But I'm having trouble focusing on what I want. It always ends up going back to the other. That's why we clear out the blocks. That's why we want to be connecting more, really putting that intention, taking it more seriously to connect with our higher self. Your higher self is your soul self. It's your true self. It knows why you're here. There's no fears. There's no limitations. It's not affected by the traumas that you've experienced. It's truly a freedom path that feels so good. And you just know this is the right way for you. You're not afraid to take those steps to change something. You're not afraid to let go of something old that isn't working anymore. It may have been wonderful at the time, but it's just not working anymore. Things like that. I think it's really, really good to work with this moon, especially after all the energy that we've been through. I feel this one is just going to really pick you up and carry you, and you're going to feel lifted, inspired, filled with hope. So much love that's just surrounding you, which is the angels presenting the way they are today with the show. They're just surrounding and want you to know you've got this. Every one of you, you've got this. You have a higher self. You have a soul purpose. You have a soul. You can. I know that some of you are really feeling down and out. All this that you've been going through, what can you find? What have you learned about yourself? That's really what I want to ask you. What have you learned about yourself? Have you learned that, wait, I'm stronger than I thought. Wait, I can get through this. I didn't think I could get through something like this, but I did. What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about how you communicate with the world? What have you learned about, are you connected with your higher self or not, or do you want to? These are all choices you can make. I'm passionate about helping each and every one of you learn how to do that, connecting with your higher self, knowing that you have everything within you and you are whole and complete just the way you are. But do you even recognize it? That's what we're talking about. I also know that there is a beautiful energy with law of attraction, and just appreciating the things that you have each and every day, what you already do have. Something positive, anything. It could be that, hey, I had a meal today. Hey, I was able to get up and walk across the room. Whatever it is you have going on. We look for those little things, and then you can exponentially increase that. You can take it and go and fly with it. You can just bring it up. So that's a beautiful thing. There's also appreciating and having that gratitude on a daily basis. It brings a peacefulness and feel-good energy that lifts you. It's a lot easier to connect with your higher self and hear it. It's acknowledging the side of life that really is supporting you, whether you feel it or not. All those challenges, all those things that happen, and yes, there's bad things, I guess. All these things that happen to all of us, they are not your identity. It's something you experience. And yes, some of them are really tough. But what can we learn from them? How can we grow? How can we be stronger? How can we stand on our own after going through something like that? I know that happens, that goes through people's minds. This moon is reminding us that we have everything we need within us. It's a very important time to reconnect with that. And there's hope in that. There's hope. There's a light at the end of the tunnel coming, like, well, that's kind of nice. You know, we've got things to look forward to in spite of everything else that's going on. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. What I'm saying to you is take a moment with this energy in the next couple of days, within the next week, and whatever may have popped up for you that was an unexpected surprise. Sit and contemplate, okay, wasn't expecting that to happen, but what can I learn and do, and how can I approach this and resolve it, find a solution, find whatever it is you need to do. What is it that I can do with that? And just ask. But you're asking your higher self as well, not just angels to tell you. Angels are there to support you, but what does your higher self say? What is your passions? What is it that you want to do? Don't shy away from it. Oh, yeah, I really wanted to be this and that, but I'll never be able to. You know, things like that, I hear them. It's what we believe. We don't believe we can. That happens. We don't believe that we can find a way through it. We don't believe that we can succeed at that. But yes, we can. And we can if we connect with the higher self, because that's where the hope, the fearlessness, the belief in the self, knowing that you have everything you need, the Virgo Moon energy, and Virgo energy in general, that's what it's about. But so in a moon, it's even more about, we don't need that, it's in the way, let's let it go. So I hope that you'll take the time to think about it. I hope that you'll take the time to really tap into this energy, because it's really beautiful. Michael in particular is going to be a great angel to work with when you're working on releasing things that need to get out of your way. Obstacles, beliefs, fears, whatever it might be. Okay? Great angel to work with when you're releasing with full moons. Now, in the next week or so, you'll start to find, wow, it's like, I really just want to start moving into something else. Then that energy will start to roll in for that in March. So please take this time to get anything out of the way that's holding you back. And I believe that you will find an incredible amount of valuable resources within yourself. I think that you will find hope that you didn't know was there. I think you're going to go, wow, with all the stuff going on, there is so much wonderful things happening as well. There is always both. It's just really, what are we focusing on? What are we noticing? And the more you allow some time for all those wonderful things to have appreciation for, the more of those will just naturally start to trickle in and flow in. So thank you for understanding today about the unexpected no live show. I don't know, that was interesting today. It happened for a reason, maybe because I needed to make sure I got this out. I don't know, I'm letting it go. I missed you. I know that happened, but I'm going to end the show now. I've gotten all the information out, and I'm going to get this uploaded for you as soon as possible. So thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for being a part of the show and being here and showing up every week. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Please, if you are working on finding that abundant mindset, or I have a couple of things over at the site. I have the free abundance calendar for 2021, and then I have it's a small course. It's not real big, but it's about 4 lessons. It's got all kinds of affirmations in there, but it's got some real good study into what is an abundant mindset. I've also got the whole year planner. The planner is, oh my gosh, the planner is so valuable. It's the best part, honestly. And it goes through all these different things that you can do each and every month Like, what did I achieve? What do I need to achieve next month? What do I need to do this time? All these different things are in this planner that can help you stay on track with living an abundant lifestyle. So I hope you'll go and see if that's something that will help you. It may or may not be, but I felt really called and led to put that out there, put a lot of work into that, to give that to you, but I also wanted to keep it easy and affordable for everybody too. So, because I want you to have something to start with. And just thank you. Thank you for being who you are. So I am going to head out. I wish you all much love and happiness and connecting to your higher self. Namaste.
You've been listening to The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www.jennroyster.com.